A very good evening. Welcome to TUI Sports. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. Before we move ahead, a Merry Christmas to everyone who's celebrating the festivities and as we approach the end of the year gone by. Some interesting developments have happened in Indian cricket today. There was a time we were kind of debating what to discuss today, but कुछ आ गया है. तो अब उस बारे में बात करेंगे. Joining me today from Mumbai is Nitin Nayak and from Delhi NCR is Pratish
Hi.
Raj. We'll shortly have Gaurav Gupta also in the show. Uh, First things first, Nitin bhai, I think in a very positive development for Indian cricket, Shreyas Iyer has actually had a batting session. There were a lot of speculations around his return to competitive cricket, but I've heard that he batted for close to an hour at the CCI yesterday and is already off to the CoE. How do you think that kind of shapes up for the ODI setup now? Because we'll soon be playing the ODIs versus New Zealand. The squad is likely to be announced around Pratish, what did we have yesterday? January 2nd or 3rd, if I'm not wrong. Uh,
Jan
Early Jan. Yeah,
first week of Jan, second or third, yeah.
yeah. So, Nitin bhai, how do you see that? Shreyas Iyer returning back to cricket and probably playing the Vijayazare Trophy for Mumbai too?
Yeah, firstly, a Merry Christmas to everyone that's celebrating, to you as well, to Pratyush and to Gaurav, who will be joining us soon. Great news, actually. Shreyas Iyer coming through because that obviously I'm sure it dents a hole in the chances of Ruturaj Gaikwad playing against New Zealand now because the number four slot, if Shreyas Iyer is available, it's automatically locked
Yeah,
both as number four as well as a vice captain. So, uh, great news, excellent news that he is recovered because that injury at Sydney looked pretty serious, and
yeah,
it came at a very bad time for him because he had started batting well. He looked very good in Adelaide in the second ODI, along with that part when he was in that partnership with Rohit Sharma. Elevated to the vice captaincy role. Lots of reports that were floating around that he was also looked at as a potential ODI captain. So that injury, in fact, when if you look, there's a strange pattern to his career. Sahil. Whenever there is something good that has happened to him, sadly the guy has got injured.
yeah,
Even you saw it in Delhi Capitals when he injured his shoulder and he lost out on the captaincy race, which eventually prompted him to leave the franchise. The same is the case with when he was in the test team against Australia. He suffered a back injury in Indore when he was actually going quite well. When Usman Khwaja caught a great catch at short mid wicket. Um, he was bad. He looked to be in decent shape against England. In fact, in that Vizag Test match, the second Test match in Feb 2024, it
Yeah.
was his partnership and Shubman Gill's partnership that started India's ascent into that because I think they were England had just about started mounting a comeback of sorts, and Shreyas Iyer I think took a couple of chances and hit a couple of sixes, and that actually started. And then eventually we learned that he's suffered a back injury. So
yeah,
uh, I think Shreyas Iyer coming back into the ODI setup is great news for Indian cricket.
yeah. Look, augurs really well, and I think this is my kind of theory, which is still circulating in my head right now. Had he played that Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy for Mumbai, who knew or who would have known that things could have changed for him in the
Yeah.
T20 setup too? Because
Yeah.
uh, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेलकम टू गौरव भाई अ वेरी मेरी क्रिसमस टू यू एंड
Sure.
मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है आज आप क्रिसमस वाले दिन भी ऑफिस में हो मुझे बैकग्राउंड देख के ऐसा लग रहा
Yeah, that is because I have a dinner planned somewhere near the office of CCI
Oh
with
my
parents.
God.
So
है
I
gosh
went to Harris Shield final actually. I went to watch the Harris
Yeah.
Shield final, but जब तक मैं गया तब तक prize distribution function चल रहा था. So like that, Mr. Dilip Vengsarkar was there, and so like that, yeah,
okay
to see all those kids. Actually, this time all the kids were sponsored by Yashasvi Jaiswal in the Harris Shield
Hmm.
to the Harris Shield winning team. All the cricket kits were sponsored by Jaiswal. So that was a good
okay
gesture, and I hope
okay
other India players also do similar good stuff.
yeah no just I'll just complete and then I'll throw it to Pratyush I had this theory in my head that considering the amount of noise which happened around Shreyas Iyer when he wasn't included even in the standbys of the Asia Cup all the backlash which happened, BCCI, a lot of people were unhappy with the way chief selector kind of meted out the treatment which he did after the IPL season which Iyer had. So I had that theory in my head, considering the amount of backlash Surya is getting for his form. had Shreyas Iyer got a good Syed Mushtaq Ali trophy for Mumbai, it could have been a very different story now, because now that Shubman is also nowhere around the selection thing, who knows, Shreyas could have snuck into that T20 squad, but that is a lot of ifs and buts, and we can still kind of
slot
debate. But
slot नहीं है. I guess the problem is slot नहीं है because the only person who can replace him, whom he could have replaced, is the captain, who is in horrible
yeah,
form. So
yeah,
then that would have needed a very strong call to be taken, and already one strong call has been taken. So I don't think the selectors are in a mood to take out the captain and the vice captain before the World Cup. So I guess Surya would still have retained his place. Considering what he did, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ बार-बार, from 21 to 24, what he did in T20 cricket and in for India in T20 cricket. So उसके basis पे उसको slightly longer rope दिया गया है. You know,
yeah,
so I think slot नहीं था for Shreyas. He would have struggled
yeah,
because there are only that many, as Agarkar kept insisting. Even Yashasvi Jaiswal, let's not forget, is very unlucky to miss out actually on the T20 squad. ठीक है, even with Shubman Gill not being there, like he was supposed to be directly in sort of a competition with him. But अब ईशान किशन आने से वो थर्ड ओपनर भी हो गया और वो विकेट कीपर, सेकंड विकेट कीपर भी वाला स्लॉट भी फिल हो गया. So I
yeah,
guess with Shreyas, the problem is not in terms of Shreyas, it's a problem of fitting him in. I would still have
yeah,
he according to me, he should have still been there in the Asia Cup team. But I think Rinku Singh was preferred. Rinku Singh hit the winning runs. Rinku Singh himself got dropped and now has staged the comeback because Gill is not there. So middle order में slot खाली हुआ. So I guess Rinku is preferred over Shreyas basically.
yeah. So a lot of questions coming, and people are asking where is Chandresh. So Chandresh is busy with some professional commitments, and he will be joining us back tomorrow. Chandresh has not gone anywhere. He's still very much part of Beyond the Boundary.
It's
Even
his
30
birthday
overs.
today.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
his
his birthday.
birthday today.
अरे
Yeah.
बाप रे बाप, मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं था. चलो, आज हम विश करेंगे, अभी विश करते हैं. So Chandresh will be back tomorrow, hopefully. He was traveling for the last 3 days. He's back in India, so we'll have him back on the show very very soon. Coming to you, Pratyush. अभी एक comment आया, बहुत interesting comment था. मेरा और गौरव भाई का इस बारे में बात भी हुआ था. I think 2 दिन पहले जब आपने वो BCCI का स्टोरी किया था वेबसाइट के लिए, women's pay hike and everything. Then next morning, Anani Vasu wrote in the Times of India regarding, next day he wrote about the under 19 thing and how the wheels are actually coming off the under 19 setup. But Pratyush, under 19 का इतना strict review हुआ, बट जहाँ पे रिव्यू की जरूरत थी, वहां रिव्यू करना चाहते थे लोग कि ओडीआई और ओडीआई स्टॉलवर्ड्स का फ्यूचर क्या होगा. बट यहाँ पर जिस चीज की रिव्यू की रिक्वायरमेंट थी, योर डिबिकल एट होम, योर टेस्ट टीम ऑल ओवर द प्लेस, उसकी कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा. अब आप वैभव सूर्यवंशी का बिहेवियर डिस्कस कर रहे हो, बट आपको गौतम गंभीर और अजीत अग्रवाल टीम सिलेक्शन से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सूर्यवंशी से
नहीं,
प्रॉब्लम है,
I mean,
उसने वो
yeah,
कर दिया.
14 year अब भी ठीक है, 14 15 you are discussing at under 19 cricketers behavior, but what our cricketers did in Asia Cup was equally bad. तो मतलब भी जो सीनियर लोग है, what I'll if a youngster, he will learn from the senior team, right? आप ऊपर
Yeah,
ठीक करो तो नीचे ठीक हो जाएगा automatically. I mean,
yeah,
itna, and this is not the first under 19 batch who has been this kind of indisciplined. Last one also, no, last one also under
20 वाला,
Yasdul
20
captain,
वाला.
the COVID wala. There was so much complaint from. I have spoken to the coaches of different teams also. They're like, the one thing that all they always say ki they used to treat this lack of respect is money is the factor. Don't know whether they get so much money in the IPL. There should be some sort of cap on uncapped player also, under 19 player also, that it was in the first season, if you remember, like there was a draft, every team get to pick couple of players and then you
yeah,
grow them as per as I think that be it should be brought back, button back. And talking about this, all this nuisance about Vaibhav Suryavanshi and all, but you have to, like, there's one criticism is that he's not doing well against top team, but he has scored runs in Australia and England. It's just his way of playing. I mean, you can't. But hiding behind Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Ayush Matre is so stupid. I mean, you are losing test matches at home. There's the entire selection criteria, the communication has gone for the toss. Your two aging stars, what's the future is, who after but the captaincy, if we are going to have three captains for three different formats, what is the process? How? why a Jasprit Bumrah? How long will Jasprit Bumrah and the Hardik Pandya जो injury है कैसे workload होगा?
No, I think we lost Pratyush there. Yeah,
No, no,
he's
I'm
back.
back.
Yep.
Yeah, so there are so many things, but hiding behind Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Ayush Mahatre, whatever gesture that they did at the 19 Asia Cup final where they lost. So it started from the seniors. तो आप पहले उन्हें कटघरे में डालो ना तो the likes of Suryakumar Yadav and what happened dressing room क्यों बंद कर लिया when Mike Hassan ran from one side to the other side of the stadium कि नहीं लेट्स hands and move on आपने बंद कर लिया तो आप वहां से स्टार्ट करो विद कोच गंभीर I mean if you are using BCCI what I feel nowadays no sir, I think I want everyone's opinion that अभी as a tool use होने लग गया है I mean, there's a this entire setup. पहले भी BCCI never used to. There were certain things in BCCI which used to be say no. एक line है, draw है. But now it has been used as a tool. So which is very unfortunate. But again, coming back to the point, hiding behind a 14-year-old and 17-year-old will not cut the fact that you lost 5 tests at home.
Yeah. No, first, now quickly clearing the air, a lot of speculation around Dwaipan Datta's future on Beyond the Boundary. Setting the record straight, Dwaipan Datta is on vacation right now. He will be back very soon. He will be back on Beyond the Boundary, and he has already written a piece even during vacations. अगर आपने परसों का piece पढ़ा होगा, Dwaipan has already written that, so he's not going anywhere. We treat our OGs with utmost respect, unlike the BCCI, so they will be well taken care of. There are no plans of any BD farewell right now. He's very much part of Beyond the Boundary. So, कोई speculation नहीं है. He'll be back very, very soon. Now, moving on, Nitin bhai, there are again a lot of thoughts on BCCI wanting the players to prioritize the Vijay Hazare Trophy, domestic cricket, but the board, the broadcaster can go on and fabricate stuff to negotiate their position with the ICC with regards to the media rights deal. But even after pumping in so much money, they can't have a two-cam setup for Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma to broadcast those matches. I think this is mockery of the highest order that you are investing so much money in the game, you are taking so much from the game. It takes a two camera setup. आपको अगर कैमरा स्विच भी नहीं करना, जो स्टेट एसोसिएशन वाले एक नॉर्मल कैमरा लगाते हैं साइड स्क्रीन के ऊपर, आप अगर वो भी लगा दोगे the fans wouldn't complain, just like it happens for most games in Sheffield Shield and County. Even they have better cameras, but I'm just saying, why can't the basics be in order?
It's not their priority, no. I mean, it does not give streaming a domestic cricket match does not give them the mileage. It does not give them the headlines that headlines that हमारे राइट्स इतने में गए या इतने में बिके पर IPL मैच हमारा it brings us so much revenue. So it does not give them the mileage or the headline to stream a domestic cricket match, and I think even the broadcasters, I think, would have got stumped by the fact that these two guys have turned up for playing Vijay Hazare games against Andhra and against Sikkim. As we wrote yesterday, or rather in today's edition, that we need to evaluate these runs, these performances, and have a certain amount of perspective, as to how and against whom they are scored, the kind of bowling attack that was there, they were facing. 2200s being scored yesterday. Bowlers have actually been, just you maybe just give them a thanks for coming award. Maybe they just there's absolutely nothing for them, especially on roads like Ahmedabad. You saw the kind of hitting that went on even in the 5th T20I there. We just need to have our priorities right. As you also rightly mentioned, that review on red ball cricket should have happened. Maybe it has happened, but it has not been publicized. I do not know, or maybe they are waiting for this T20 World Cup to get over, so that there should not be any more distractions, because right now um, that's their holy grail, isn't it? That's the T20 World Cup is the tournament that there is a mandate from not just the BCCI and the powers, but also the fans, that okay, this is one tournament that you cannot lose. Not even an appearance in the final is good enough. This is something that you have to win. A home T20 World Cup, a very ordinary initial group. Probably your opponents would be South Africa, Australia, and West Indies, uh, in venues that you should not be challenged.
Yeah.
So there is, you need to have two good games, which the biggest banana skin encounter I think will be at the 1K day on a smallish ground, as we discussed the other day.
Yeah. No, rightly, and I just read a comment there that university college can stream a match, and that brings to me a very important point. So, 2 साल पहले तक I was playing regular corporate cricket in Delhi. Like every Saturday, Sunday, I used to play matches. I have so
Yeah.
much footage of me batting and bowling because it was so easy. कि वो ऐप के ऊपर अभी भी there's a app called Crick Heroes जहाँ पे आप सारा वीडियो easily आ जाता है आपके नाम के नीचे. I don't understand why the broadcaster is not paying heed to, or why the BCCI is not putting their foot down, because it augurs so well, and it puts it kind of streamlines your entire domestic piece. The scouts need not travel for every game. Then they have so much video evidence to fall back on. It eases out so much. It eases out so much and so many things. So I hope someone kind of wakes up to that, and by the next season at least, because I remember 4-5 साल पहले when Jaisha was the BCCI secretary, they streamlined the payment structure for the kids who are playing first class cricket. Now you don't need to raise invoices. You go to an app, you upload the details, select your matches, it is ratified by your state association, and bang, you get the money. So there are no delays. वरना पहले होता था 2-2 साल के बाद लोगों को बच्चों को पैसे मिलते थे. अब वो नहीं है. तो चीजें इम्प्रूव हो सकती हैं, बट उसके लिए विजन होना बहुत जरूरी है. और विजन की बात
नियत
पर
होनी
अगर,
चाहिए, नियत होनी
हाँ,
चाहिए.
तो चलिए अब सुपर चैट लेते हैं. कुछ पैसे आए हैं तो क्रिसमस के ऊपर थोड़ा क्रिसमस ब्लेसिंग हमें भी दो. इफ एनी सुपर चैट्स, लेट्स टेक देम फर्स्ट बिफोर मूविंग ऑन. Yesterday Google India posted 1 million searches. Sahil, there are no reports coming out. In what basis are you? अरे भाई पढ़ने तो दो. क्या हो गया? इतनी जल्दी कहाँ है? Can we can we flash that super chat again? Super chat money first. Manipuri Singh has to pump in money. No, no, I'm not saying Shreyas Iyer is playing the ODI series versus New Zealand. I'm saying he's pain-free right now. That's the biggest sign. He batted for 1 hour without any discomfort. He has resumed proper physical activity with regards to running, sprinting, gymming, squatting, working on his legs. All that is sorted. So the moment that happens, what does a player do? He thinks about what next. What next for Shreyas Iyer right now is New Zealand ODI series. The series starts on 11. Team will be picked on second or third. Before that, he's in NCA, the CoE, for 4 to 6 days to evaluate and get that return to play card. अगर वो उसको मिल गया, then the selectors will probably tell him कि आप 1-2 मैचेस विजय हजारे ट्रॉफी का खेलिए. तो हो सकता है, if all things remain on track, which they are right now, आप उसको रिटर्न टू प्ले कार्ड देके विजय हजारे का एक में अटेंडेंस लगवा के आप खिला सकते हो. तो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी, बिकॉज दैट इज, अगर उसको सिर्फ आईपीएल खेलना होता तो अभी वो इतना ड्रामा क्यों करता? फिर तो अभी कोई लीड नहीं था ना. तो he has his target locked right now. It is the New Zealand series. He's trying his best. If that doesn't happen, maybe the knockouts of Vijay Hazare Trophy if Mumbai qualifies, that could be a possibility, or the last game 8 तारीख या 6 तारीख वाला. But वो, all that is dependent upon how the next 4-5 days unfold at the CoE. वहां पर सारे checks and markers होंगे. And Shreyas, if I'm not wrong, for the last 3-4 years has been relying on his very close friend, who also happens to be his physio and trainer. Ever since his back has been troubling him, वो इधर उधर ज्यादा हाथ पैर नहीं मारता अपना स्ट्रेंथ एंड कंडीशनिंग को लेके. He has that thought process very linear. So let's see what happens, and we'll tell you. अभी कोई और रिपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा तो उसके अंदर मेरा गलती तो नहीं है. मैं तो वही बता रहा हूँ जो मुझे पता है. और so he has gone to NCA. So let's see what happens in the next 4-5 days. और कुछ questions और super chat? Okay, we'll take this now. Gaurav bhai, this is for you. Sky is getting out by himself, and bowlers are not taking his wickets. He has become one-dimension players, one-sided score. He's short of run. GGY.
यार ये तो मतलब यही प्लेयर तो यही सब शॉट्स उसके चल रहे थे. इट इज जस्ट प्योरली अ मैटर ऑफ समथिंग गोइंग रॉन्ग समवेयर. यही सब शॉट्स चल रहे थे. वेदर आई डोंट नो क्या वो है, बट सम थिंग्स आर नॉट कमिंग टुगेदर फॉर हिम. द सेम पिकअप शॉट्स एंड द सेम घूम के पीछे मारना, यहाँ मारना, वहां मारना, सेम शॉट्स चल रहे थे. और आईपीएल में वो शॉट्स चले भी. Let's be fair to him. In IPL, he did get a lot of runs, score a lot of runs, and he was a top run getter for Mumbai Indians, and he had the best IPL of his career so far. वहां पर ठीक है. So this is something that is very hard to explain. I think poor form is generally hard to explain, and it doesn't make the player bad. I mean, Shubman Gill also is just went through a rough patch, unfortunately, at a time when the World Cup was approaching. So similarly, इसके साथ में हुआ that is a prolonged bad run. But then we have seen a lot of top players going through a prolonged bad run. He's not the first one. He's not the last one. ठीक है ना. It's just that he has been given that extra rope to in order because of what he has achieved in the past in this format. That's what I feel. But yeah, I mean, obviously, a hard call will have to be taken at some point. I don't know what point कब आएगा, because if you've named him the captain and you've already taken a big decision in sacking a vice captain, then you might as well give this man all the backing and sink or swim with him like that. So I think, but ये कुछ मुझे technically ऐसा I don't know. मतलब these were the same shots. यही सब तो चल रहा था उसका for the past 3-4 years. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि वो he was not a technically very sound batsman again. मतलब T20 क्रिकेट के regarding को ऐसा चाहिए भी नहीं कि बिल्कुल bat close to the ball ये वो. He was batting in this adventurous manner, which was working for him. These same cute shots सब लग रहे थे. अभी नहीं लग रहे एकदम से. तो it's just I guess things not coming together for him.
Nitin bhai, I'm not sure whether I brought this point to you, but I'll just share that with you. I know a lot has been happening, a lot of murmurs in Indian cricket corridors with regards to Surya and his right wrist, how things are not really well for the last 1 year, how he's managing that injury, and how it was well managed at MI. Maybe things are not being managed the way he would have wanted to. But I was listening to the pre-election show where Sunil Gavaskar, the great Sunil Gavaskar, probably made one of the finest points with regards to Suryakumar Yadav's trouble. The troubles which Nitin bhai you had explained, him getting out to foolish deliveries, fastest deliveries. And Mr. Gavaskar had mentioned that maybe he has had a blow on his right hand. That is why, out of that muscle memory fear, the right hand is kind of coming off the bat. That is why he's saying his pickup shots are probably going straighter than he would have liked. He's not being able to roll the wrist or control the direction of the shot the way he would have liked. So clearly there is a pattern developing, and this pattern is worrisome because it is not like Virat Kohli poking outside off or Rohit Sharma compulsively pulling. This is something which could well be a mix of some underlying injury concerns and the team's probably getting a wind of it and bowling and working around that. What are your thoughts on
I
what
think
Gavaskar
a mixture of both. I think bowlers would have kind of now studied him now. I mean he they have bowled so often to him.
yeah,
They have studied. They don't give him that delivery that he picks up. Towards mid wicket, and also in the IPL, I think he has the comfort of playing 7 games at Wankhede. A venue which suits that kind of game. Although he batted well in I think the first he probably was the only cricketer to get so many 25 plus scores in a single edition. So um,
yeah,
that it's not to say that he did not bat well, but a lot of his great runs or great knocks did come at the Wankhede, which is a venue with bounce and pace, and which helps him to play in that way. But uh, in terms of fitness, yeah, he's also had 2 hernia operations, Sahil.
yeah,
So that affects your torso and the strength in your torso,
yeah,
which when your body contorts in all the different ways when you're playing those kind of shots. So that also could be one of the reasons. I mean, the BCCI medical team would be more competent in answering these queries, but clearly worrying signs. I also, I hope I'm not being too critical over here, but I thought that in that Asia Cup game against Oman, where he chose not to bat at all,
But yeah,
and he listed himself at number 11. Um,
yeah,
that was the game I thought where he could have batted 40-50 balls, got his game together, scored a few runs, and then but he thought that no यार ये opposition के साथ run बना के क्या फायदा. I thought that that was an opportunity missed. He could, because that was a game, I think, at Abu Dhabi, which could have, which was a venue which was truer than what we saw, the kind of surfaces that were prevalent in Dubai. So I
Yeah.
felt that that was an opportunity that he missed. He should have played that game, or he should have batted at number 3 or number 4 against Oman and got himself a 35, 40, 45. And I think that would have benefited him. But let's hope that he, firstly, he scores a few runs in the Vijay Hazare Trophy for Mumbai, and then he plays more than 2 games. I hope that he plays more than just 2 games, because the next game against New Zealand, he'll be in action on the 21st. So there's still a
Yeah.
long time. So if he has to, I know he does a lot of match simulation in Parsi gym nets, and in the other areas that he trains for at the Reliance Academy. But I feel that if he gets runs in match situations against proper attacks, and the ability to bat for a longer period of time, even in the list A format, then I think that'll help him in the T20 World Cup.
Pratyush, very fair points made there by Nitin Bhai, that there's no substitute for spending time out there in the middle. I am not really sure how much of clearances they'll get from the BCCI team, because all of these T20 squad members have been asked to take kind of easy, considering the T20 World Cup, 5 games and then 7 in the World Cup, lot of travel, 12, 13 games. So I personally feel they wouldn't get the clearance from the BCCI, but very valid. I think 350 over games, if he plays 50, 60 balls in each game at least, run banao ya na banao, the benefit of playing 60 balls, 30 overs out there in the middle across 3 games will do wonders to his game. But Pratish, if that doesn't happen, if the runs don't come, New Zealand series, how much scrutiny will be there and how much pressure would he be in? Because right now, the captain desperately needs to walk that intent talk, form talk, run talk, because New Zealand series is probably his last shot at getting the house in order, because once the World Cup starts and the warm ups take over, then there'll be too many distractions and he'll have to handle the pressure of the World Cup. And home World Cup, I'm sure all three of you would agree, is a different beast altogether. Because आप कहीं पे भी जाओगे, हम ही अभी देख रहे हैं, परसों मैं और जीजी भाई बहुत लंबा चर्चा कर रहे थे अहमदाबाद के होटल के बारे में, तो हमारा उतना लेवल का स्ट्रेस चालू हो गया है. तो आप सोचो, आप
Have you made
प्लेयर्स को
your
तो
bookings? Have you made your booking,
तो
Sahil?
अभी अप्रूवल्स नहीं आए
Gigi
हैं, अभी मैं
knows Gigi knows which hotel not to go to.
Thanks to Nitin, sir. And there's another one added to that list, by the way. This time also I was in a
okay.
pathetic hotel for the India. But then apparently, Sara rush आया वहाँ पर. Around 80,000 people turned up for this last T20.
Yeah,
India's
yeah,
versus
Yeah,
South Africa. So
and
I was told by the hotel guy that this is why, because a lot of people from around Gujarat and even people travel from Mumbai to watch, and
yeah,
perhaps even from Delhi and all. तो इसलिए वो
yeah,
rush बढ़ गया बहुत ज़्यादा.
mm,
So that's
yeah,
why there was a hotel का.
yeah. Yeah, Pratish, first your thoughts on why the New Zealand series is going to be very important for Surya, and then I'll come to GGY, and then we'll quickly wrap up the show today. What are your thoughts?
I mean, there's no doubt that it's going to be big. I think in those 5 games, he should try at least score 230 plus scores. Try and spend time at the crease and get his sort. If Plan A is not working, I'm sure Surya player like Surya's caliber, they should have a Plan B. But problem वही है कि in T20, those batters who have rose through the rank, only playing in T20s, only doing well in T20s. Although he played a test match that I was really shocked when he was picked and he played. Uh, but uh, but I think the problem is when you are playing only one format, you become one trick pony. And and as Nitin sir mentioned that if he'll play couple of list A games, it will help his work. It will help his cause. But again, if he's injured, I don't think he'll risk it. Neither will BCCI management will risk it. So he should. And thankfully he has addressed one thing, that they need a stable middle order. If he's going to bat at 4, he should bat at 4, take his time. And against spinner, he's really good. He should, like, I mean, if he's watching his old videos, so I mean, the first thing is that he needs to spend time there. 15 बॉल
Yeah.
लेके 20 बॉल लेके थोड़ा ठीक है एक दो मैच में इवन इफ यू हैव टू बी सेल्फिश जस्ट इंडिया नीड their captain at their very best in the World Cup. The turning point of the 2024 World Cup was Rohit Sharma walking the talk. Like I mean, Dinesh Karthik has repeatedly mentioned that after that Adelaide 10-wicket mauling by Alex Hales and Josh Butler, Rohit Sharma said, "नहीं मेरा टीम ऐसा नहीं खेलेगा." And then he walked the talk in big matches, the Australia game, like every game. Virat Kohli was struggling. So, but Surya will have to. I mean, as a captain, and in India, generally, हमने देखा if captain is struggling, the MS Dhoni was struggling throughout the World Cup, but that team was like that team, वो team, I think उससे बेहतर ODI team कभी भी इंडिया ने कभी किया ही नहीं. But for Surya, it will be difficult. It will be difficult. I hope he is fit. And if he gets to play at least couple of matches for Mumbai, it will be good. Spend time there, थोड़े runs आ जाए and face more balls, and then it will help him. And but this New Zealand series is going to be, I mean, it is going to be huge for Surya for his form ahead of the World Cup.
GGY, last words from you. I think Suryakumar Yadav would have okay. पहले एक ये सुपर चैट लेते हैं, 200 रुपए का आ गया, बहुत पैसा है. Pratush, why do you disrespect players and chief selector? Why did you say Sky a weak captain because he did not select Gill? Wow, what are you saying is correct, but the selector Sky are wrong. किसका
No,
पीआर कर रहे हो?
नहीं नहीं
किससे
मैं
चेक
किसी
उठा
का
रहे हो? बताओ.
तो
कहाँ से
चेक
चेक आ
उठाता तो
रहा
मैं इधर नहीं रहता भाई. इधर बैठ के छुट्टी वाले दिन मैं इधर नहीं कर रहा होता. ठीक है चाकरी के एनीवेज. आई मीन अ कैप्टन मैं वही बोल रहा स्ट्रॉन्ग कैप्टन. रोहित शर्मा वांटेड शिवम दुबे अहेड ऑफ रिंकू सिंह. ही गॉट दैट. MS धोनी का हमेशा था कि मुझे ये चाहिए. विराट कोहली वांटेड. तो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग कैप्टन इज दैट उसको मालूम होता है 6 महीने पहले 1 साल पहले कि दिस इज गोइंग टू बी माय 14. एक प्लेयर इधर उधर होगा. But ahead of the big tournament, your vice captain gets dropped. उससे पहले 3 टूर्नामेंट पहले आपका कॉम्बिनेशन चेंज हो जाता है. सडनली कोई आ जाता है. सो it clearly shows that captain has no power, no say, nothing. Maybe he's just a puppet in the hands of Gambhir and Agarkar. Playing 11 भी गंभीर ही देते होंगे. तो
नहीं,
अभी if
वो तो उसमें सॉरी टू इंटरजेक्ट इज देयर, वो
हाँ,
तो मैंने ऑन रिकॉर्ड बोला कि द कॉल टू
हाँ,
प्ले शिवम दुबे और द कॉल टू प्ले रिंकू सिंह इन द एशिया कप फाइनल एंड ओपन द बॉलिंग विद शिवम दुबे वाज गंभीर. काय ने
हाँ,
खुद
so
बोला कि वो किसी
तो
का कॉल था.
फिर तो आई मीन दिस इज वेयर अभी गौतम गंभीर सॉरी अभी रोहित शर्मा इन द फाइनल हिज इंट्यूशन बिफोर द मैच वाज लेट संजू सैमसन प्ले राइट. एंड देन जस्ट मिनट्स बिफोर द टॉस उनको लगा नहीं शिवम दुबे कुड बी मोर यूजफुल. शिवम को खिलाते एंड देन ही स्पेंड ऑल दोस 10-15 minutes एक्सप्लेनिंग इट टू संजू कि क्यों द रीजन. एंड सूर्या लॉस्ट हिज वाइस कैप्टन. आज से पहले ऐसे कभी नहीं हुआ है. लाइक युवराज सिंह वाज form was really poor in 2011. MS Dhoni kept backing him, and he went on to play. वो player of the tournament रहा. There are like ample examples in the past also. अगर एक captain चाहता है, strong captain को पता होता है if he is set to lead in a big tournament, he knows his 15, he knows his 14 at least. 13 पता होता है कि this is going to be my 13. एक दो इधर से उधर इंजरीज या फॉर्म का होगा. But that's why I call him that he has no say on his over his team. वो बस टॉस के लिए जाते हैं.
ओके, स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्ड्स देयर प्रत्युष, वो टॉस के लिए जाते हैं, बट आई थिंक वो थोड़ा एक डिस्कॉर्ड तो है बिकॉज फ्रॉम व्हाट आई हैड गैदर्ड शुभमन Surya wasn't in favor of Shubman making it to the Asia Cup squad. That was, it's not a secret anymore. Surya kind of wasn't in favor of that, and जब वो decision लिया भी गया, you could make out from Surya's body language in the press conference जिस तरीके से वो शुभमन के ऊपर आंसर्स दे रहे थे. He wasn't really on the same page with the idea or comfortable with the idea, and he was clearly, yeah, Nitin bhai, you want to make a point.
Also, also that 6 or 7 word phrase that he had in that first PC in the Asia Cup. He said, if I'm quoting him verbatim, he said that, "Don't worry, we will take care of Sanju Samson."
Yeah.
So I think that was his word. Those were his words, isn't it? Don't worry, we will take care of. So in his mind, he was very sure that Sanju is an integral part of that team, and Shubman was placed in the lineup, which obviously he wasn't very happy with. उसके वजह से the entire maybe the lineup got changed, and now after reworking the lineup again, now he has to re-strategize for New Zealand. And although I think now, if we look at the way he addressed the PC, Gaurav was there. Maybe he was happier now than what he was in
Yeah.
the Asia Cup, because I think now there is a certain sense of clarity in the side. Although I was very surprised that Shubman Gill was dropped, I did not see it coming at all. And I know I'll be accused of being a Gill PR again, but so be it. But yeah, I was very surprised that Gill was, after being backed as vice captain, and
Yeah.
I still feel he wasn't given. I mean, people will say that, oh, he got so many games. I still feel that he wasn't given a fair run.
Yeah. A closing remark. Okay. और पैसा आ गया, मैं कैसे close करूँ? Sorry, gents. I would have closed the show early. प्रत्युष, even in the प्रत्युष के ऊपर निशाना साधा जा रहा है. Even in the 24 T20 World Cup, in the last T20 last moment, playing combination change. Have you forgotten it was not the same really double standard? I think that's what Pratyush
Yeah,
explained, right?
yeah, that was I
Yeah.
was saying. SSV Jaiswal was a front runner to open,
Yeah.
and then Virat Kohli एक ही जगह खेल सकते थे. That was as at an opener slot, and Surya was your designated number 3. So I mean, तो हुआ ही, but हाँ,
और
Virat
आपने
played.
ऋषभ पंत को भी टीम से खिलाया. ऋषभ पंत को भी
हाँ,
टीम से खिलाया.
Rishabh Pant also played. So there was, I mean, देखो selection का, I'm not saying कि selection क्या, 14 were sorted. कि this is going to be my 14. The 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 player who was in contention for one spot was either Dube or Rinku. Rinku was back then. It should have been Rinku because Rinku का form ऐसा था. But the punt on Shivam Dube kind of worked. The final knock, that crucial partnership he has had, it helped India. And from there, Shivam Dube has gone a couple of notch above as a cricketer. And
Yeah.
his bowling has improved. His six hitting, we all know what he can do against spinners. And the way he hit that six in the Asia Cup final to ease pressure on Tilak Verma, the game was like that was the game changing six that he hit. So he knows how to handle the pressure. तो उस समय जो हुआ, but it worked. तो कैप्टन को इतना मालूम था, रोहित शर्मा knew that कि okay, he is my guy and I will get the best out of him. When he picked 4 spinners, if you remember that press conference, there were so many questions कि यार 4 spinners क्यों लेके जा रहे हैं. तो रोहित ने अपने अंदाज में बोला था, वो मैं आपको वहां बताऊंगा कि क्यों लेके जा रहे हैं. तो अभी अजीत अगरकर फॉरगॉट कि उन्होंने ही 4 स्पिनर्स पिक किए. तो इसका लगता है कि इट वाज कैप्टन्स टीम. उस समय दैट वाज कैप्टन्स टीम. अभी ये कैप्टन का टीम नहीं लग रहा कहीं से भी. इट इज इधर कोच और द सेलेक्टर. सो दैट्स
Yeah.
व्हाट आई एम
No,
जस्ट ट्राइंग टू से.
no, fair point. The last word, जीजी भाई, अब तो बंद करना ही पड़ेगा. आई होप अभी और पैसा ना आए तो फिर कल के लिए बचा के रख लेंगे. तो अभी जीजी भाई बहुत बड़े प्लेयर्स का होता है. आपने भी वर्ल्ड कप इतने देखे, नितिन भाई ने भी देखे, प्रत्युष मैंने सबने देखे. कोई सोशल मीडिया स्विच ऑफ कर देता है, कोई बाहर निकलना बंद कर देता है. यू गेट एंड यू फाइंड दैट जोन, यू गेट इनटू दैट zen मोड. डू यू थिंक इट्स टाइम? व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दिस? अगर आपको याद होगा जीजी भाई, राजकोट में जब हमने टेस्ट मैच किया था, हम दोनों साथ में थे, तो यशस्वी ने आई थिंक 100 किया था, पर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में रोहित ने उसको आने नहीं दिया. रोहित वाज सेफगार्डिंग Jaiswal during that very good run. He said distraction नहीं चाहिए. वो एक वर्ड भी यूज करा, होम की डोरी, पता नहीं क्या बोल गया था अपने वर्ड में रोहित.
नहीं,
Use
चढ़ाओ मत.
that
इस
word.
आइडिया was कि चढ़ाओ मत.
चढ़ाओ
इस आइडिया was कि
मत,
चढ़ाओ
चढ़ाओ
मत अभी यार, बहुत ज्यादा अभी.
But he
Take it
also
easy.
said, no, he also said, I hope he remains humble in the
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah, so वो clearly Rohit was looking out for a youngster there, just to ensure कि क्रिकेट में फोकस रहे. अभी आपको ऐसा लगता है जीजी भाई कि इट इज टाइम कि कोई भी बीसीसीआई में पावरफुल कॉल ले एंड कीप सूर्या अवे फ्रॉम द मीडिया राइट नाउ, एटलीस्ट फॉर द न्यूजीलैंड सीरीज. 5 T20 कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस मत कराओ, कोई स्टेट, बिकॉज these statements are doing him more harm than good, right? You come and you present that false bravado which is not translating into runs and form. Stay away from PCs. गंभीर को चलाने दो मिसाइल जितना चलाना है पीसी में आके, आप क्रिकेट पे फोकस करिए सिर्फ. यू थिंक दैट शुड बी डन?
Completely agree with you. Yeah, but I think अभी तो फिलहाल वो नहीं दे रहे इंटरव्यूज और नई बात कर रहे हैं. So I guess
प्रेस
that public
कॉन्फ्रेंस
appearance, you're specifically referring to the public appearance in which he's being trolled big time. जिसमें उन्होंने बोला कि मेरे पीछे 14 जवान हैं.
आई एम स्पेसिफिकली सेइंग आप उसको 5 T20 के अंदर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बिठाओ ही मत, खत्म करा दो ना, क्या नीड है अभी उसका।
अगर रन बनाएगा, किसी 100 बना दिए तो शायद आ जाएगा फिर किसी पीसी में। यार हमारे तो अच्छा ही है, हमारे प्रोफेशन के लिए कि कप्तान आए। यू वांट टू गो बैक टू द डार्क एजेस ऑफ धोनी एंड कोहली एंड वेयर यू हैव नो आइडिया,
Stephen
हमारे में
Fleming.
तो
एक टेस्ट में
Stephen
धोनी नहीं
Fleming.
आया है। 200
Stephen,
2000
Stephen
250
Fleming.
5 लाख मैच हो चुके हैं सीएसके के, अभी तक धोनी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में नहीं आया है। यू वांट टू गो टू दैट डार्क एज वेयर स्टीफन फ्लेमिंग
Steve,
फॉर द प्रेस
Yeah.
कॉन्फ्रेंस।
Stephen
हमारे
Fleming
फॉर्म
every time.
यार वो अपनी फॉर्म रिकवर करे जो भी करे। हमारे तो अगर वो परफॉर्म कर रहा है तो आए पीसी में, मतलब डेफिनेटली आए। और अगर इंडिया सीरीज जीतती है तो आए। व्हाई शुड ही शक द दिस थिंग, I would
I think
I wouldn't want to, even if Virat Kohli has not spoken to the media in such a long time, so
yeah.
it's not good for us यार। हमारे प्रोफेशन के लिए वो अच्छा नहीं है कि लोग मीडिया फ्रेंडली नहीं हो। So I
I
guess
think on that note, I think जीजी ने क्यों दिया शो बंद करने का, और एक बहुत अच्छा लाइन भी दे दिया। आई होप सूर्यकुमार यादव इज वाचिंग एंड गौरव गुप्ता हैज अ मैसेज फॉर यू राइट नाउ, बी सेल्फिश जस्ट लाइक गौरव गुप्ता राइट नाउ, ही इज थिंकिंग अबाउट हिज ओन प्रोफेशन, इनको वायलेंस
Mic drop. Mic drop.
सूर्य थिंक्स अबाउट हिमसेल्फ, ही रन करो, स्वस्थ रहो, तंदुरुस्त रहो और टीम के लिए अच्छा करो। ऑन दैट नोट we'll hopefully reconvene tomorrow again for a shorter show till the time New Year happens. I'm sure everyone has engagements at home, तो ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगाएंगे। और अभी तो क्रिकेट भी नहीं हो रहा, कोई क्रिकेट भी नहीं खेल रहा, तो जितना टॉकिंग पॉइंट्स मिलेगा आएंगे, बात करेंगे। थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग इन, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब, hit the bell icon to stay notified. TOI Sports Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. See you tomorrow everyone, take very good care till then.
bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye.